Alrighty, I was able to get the fuel rail off. That blue line one was a PETA to get disconnected and pulled out. Man, it was stuck. The other one just came right out. Ooh, man, it stinks like varnish. Give me a headache. Anyways, got the fuel rail pulled. The injectors are, as I would have guessed, very, very dirty from all the dirt and rat piss and stuff. I didn't even know these are four-hole injectors. I thought they were one-hole injectors on these. Here's two that they ate. Here was at the back, the most corroded one. The O-ring and stuff stayed in. I had to pull it out, but that rust and stuff. But that's just exterior. I'm still gonna test these. I got a testing machine, a simple testing machine to pulsate them and run some fluid through them and test them out. So there's some of those. The other ones are stuck to the rail. I put that away. I've got a new regulator and all that, so all that'll be changed. Even in that fuel rail, there was still some gas in there, but whew, wow, it stinks. I mean, just those injectors reek. So this was the main bedding right here and back here. So I still gotta clean that area off before I pull this lower intake off. There's some more poop and stuff. I found pieces of the spark plug wire that they ate. Let's see. Trying to get those boots off, man. They're stuck on. So here's the injectors that were eaten away. 1, 2, started eating through the tape right there. AC compressor wire, ate through one of those. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that injector one's fully eaten through. And let's see. Or is that the... Wait, I forgot what that was. Let's see. That's... Yep. Eating through that. I was able to get my vacuum lines out without breaking them, so I'm super happy about that. I will vacuum check each one, make sure they still hold, because I really want to reuse those. Let's see, a lot of rust. Pulled the radiator, a lot of rust came out, so I'm gonna pull all that off. Got a new thermostat. So the last thing I gotta do to get this out of the way is pull it off the main plug there. Then I've got to go and check this harness. I'm really hoping I just need to replace this one, but I've got all this too. This other harness here that does the headlights, and I think it also does your AC unit and stuff. But that's, of course, over here they kind of just nibbled just a little bit, like right there. That can be patched. That's no big deal there. I'll have to really get down in there and see if any of that's been eaten up. I think this headlight, all these wires are good there. There's that one ground wire that is been eaten away, and I think they they nibbled a little bit over here, but nothing, well, that wire there, but they just ate the rubber, so that's patchable. I think my map sensor wiring is good. They ate a little bit on that wire there. A little bit on that. I got a new starter solenoid that'll be replaced. So I gotta finish blasting this, getting all that crap, and then I will I'll pull this lower intake. As you can tell how bad these, well, the actual nozzles, the 4 dot nozzles, were actually clean, and everything else is dirty. So I'm hoping they're okay. I'm sure they got varnish in them. Bolts are coming out pretty easy. I tighten them, or just lightly tighten them back down. I need to pull the smog stuff out, check all that. They didn't really eat. Sorry, they didn't really eat that rubber hose, which is good, and I don't know why. Okay, there we go. Like I said, I'll go ahead and replace all the temp sensors, air and coolant temperature sensors and stuff. Might as well, so I'll get that. I did press down on the AC Schrader right there, and it was releasing some pressure. Obviously, I don't know how much pressure it is, so there is still some vacuum pressure or whatever in the system. So I've got to see, so let me zoom back out. See if maybe it just hasn't been, obviously it's not getting 12 volts because this has been eaten, but this hasn't been, the AC hasn't worked in this truck in a very long time, so I've got to see if it was just an electrical thing, if it's not getting a 12 volt signal, and turn the clutch on, or there was a bunch of shit, the clutch may just be completely out and it just doesn't activate, and that could be the whole problem. My grandpa just probably never, you know, he just never took it to get fixed. He screw it. So another thing, I need to get the belt off, spin the pump, see if the pump's gonna spin. I'm gonna guess as much rust is in, you know, all this. I should probably go ahead and just change the water pump out too. It's, you know, it's at a point where I know this engine needs to be rebuilt. I don't think my grandpa kept up with oil changes very well, because I pulled the distributor and it is not the cleanest. Let me get a, so there is, you know, here, let me see if I can get you down in there. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard, but you can see the old tarnish, and yeah, see, it's just brown, dark brown, dark burnt oil brown down in there. It's hard to see. You can see it on the gear there. It's a little bit of surface rust on that camshaft gear, but way down there behind this shiny right here, down there, it's all dark brown. It's just burnt on oil and stuff. So I know this thing needs to be rebuilt, but that's gonna have to come at a later date. I can't afford to rebuild it. I'm pretty sure the transmission probably needs to be rebuilt too. It's not the best. I know the gear shifter, the MLPS or whatever sensor, so it knows what gear it's in. I know that needs to be changed. That's been out of whack. I'm hoping that's it, but there's a lot. Of course, it looks super clean right here other than those rat turds, but in the back, I think it's been leaking out of either the vent. Well, no, there's the vent right there. So it's either been leaking out of, I guess, the rear seal, but about the back half of it is just caked in dirt and oil. So maybe it's just the seal. We'll find out. I have a seal, replace it. I've got to replace it's a 2-piece drive shaft on this thing. It's a super cab short bed, and it's got a 2-piece drive shaft. I need to change out the drive shaft bearing, the middle bearing, because that does not look good. Let's see. That's pretty much it. My main thing now is to get this wire harness out, check the wire harness going all the way around, and fix if I can, or if I need to. I really don't want to replace this because I gotta pull. You gotta pull all this crap, get it out of the way, and put that harness back in. I'm pretty sure I grabbed a bunch of nylon vacuum lines from the junkyard. Not too worried about that. Go ahead and get that changed out. Get this cleaned off. Pull the intake. I'm sure it's not going to look nice. See if I can clean anything up if I can down there. Get this intake. I'm going to pressure wash it and scrub it. Get all that corrosion off, and either paint it or I'll probably just stick it back on. So you get the spark plug. I need to get spark plugs out, get my borescope down in there, see what each piston head looks like. I didn't keep these in order, don't really care. Kind of was thinking about keeping them in order, because then I would know if like an injector wasn't firing right or something, but whatever, I don't care. And that's pretty much it. I'll pull the valve covers, the gaskets, even though, surprisingly, I don't think these valve cover gaskets are leaking, which blows my mind that that's gotta be still cork. These cork gaskets, God, I had a Suzuki Samurai, and it used a cork gasket, and it would leak all the damn time. It didn't matter if you put RTV on it, which was a mess, because you'd have to pop it off, adjust the valves and stuff, and yeah, scrape all that shit off. They never made a reinforced rubber gasket, so what people would do is they get a 1.3 valve cover off a Geo Metro, because it was an aluminum and it used a rubber gasket. So if you were able to get one of those, you could do that. But if you're not, you're stuck with that stamped valve cover with the shitty cork gasket that everyone made. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna stick something down in there. Distributor looks okay-ish. I've cleaned a bunch of the burnt oil off. I probably should have left it, but imagine all this right here. So as you can tell, I gotta replace that O-ring. So I was able just to shove a deep socket 1/4 inch and a extension, and used a drill gun, not an impact. Use a drill gun, and I counter spun it and got oil pressure. And that's another reason I want to take these valve covers off, to double check to make sure the oil is hitting each rocker arm and all that stuff. I need to drop this and change the oil, put some fresh oil in it. I'll probably wait until I get done doing the intake stuff in case some shit drops in there, but that's pretty much it. So I can feel the resistance, so I know the oil pump is pumping. Of course, I don't have a gauge on here in a port to see the PSI, but not too worried about that. Like I said, it's at a stage, if something were to happen, it needs to be rebuilt anyways. But here's the drive shaft. Nothing looks bad. Gear looks good on it. The cap was always on, so I don't think... Got some surface rust there. They probably all have that. Hopefully this is still good. Like I said, I got the thermostat. Oh yeah, that thermostat is rusted out. I got a new thermostat. And that's another thing. I just want to get this pulled. Any surface rust and all that, clean that off. That's pretty much it for now.